Hey, welcome to the pre-game show, the build-up for the big game this evening between Thames Valley Cavaliers and Derby Trailblazers. Firstly, apologies for a slight late start. We've been having some network issues at the venue, but we'll work through those as we do our best. I'm joined by two top-level guests tonight. I've got Leon Francis to my left, as you're viewing it, and Conroy Hayden from Loughborough Riders with me tonight. Welcome, guys. How are you both this evening?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Good, thanks. You hear us?
We've had some great games. Yeah, I see you all fine. We're coming through live and well to the nation. Some great games today. Fortunately, Loughborough lost in that really close game at Hemel. CJ, what did you think you as a team did well, maybe not so well in that game, before we go to previewing tonight's big game?
What we did well was adjust, definitely, and how we started to take stills, and we started scoring off their turnovers. That's what put us back into the game. And it was just a tough ending, really, that we didn't execute to the end.
Not sure if the audience came through for CJ. And Liam, obviously, you got a game tomorrow for Liam, you got your game tomorrow at Oaklands. What do you guys expect from them?
We expect them to have decent competition. As I say, they're Jordan Santiago playing well. They brought in AJ, and I didn't catch that again last week, but I know they've been doing better since they brought AJ in. AJ's always a problem. He's a baller, so looking forward to that matchup. But as usual, we go into the game hoping to win it, expecting to win it, and go from there.
Definitely. And Liam, what do you expect from tonight's game? Both teams very talented, but what are some of your thoughts heading into this one?
TVC versus Derby. That's gonna be a good game to watch. As I say, both talented, very talented rosters, both fighting for top first or second position. Obviously, you see Southern at the top struggling to take a loss. So both teams are fighting to be up there. It's good. It's gonna be good to see. Let's say Blaine, Lou Champ, Malk, them boys go up against each other again, and they'll know how they all play as well because they used to play together. I say Derby's my old boys. I'll always be supporting them on the side, but TVC have got a very talented roster. So I think at the end of the day, it's going to come down to who's maybe the both first fives are going to perform as usual, but it's probably going to come down to their bench to see who wins that game out.
I think when we talk about individual matchups, for me, I'm really looking forward to watch Hakeem Sia versus Ollie Stanley. Both guys averaging double-double. CJ, what are your thoughts about both sides' bigs? They've both got very talented rosters.
Yeah, definitely. It's really what comes off the bench, like it's really what comes off the bench, really. They're inside the paint team, I think, and it's really hard with Ollie Stanley. So obviously, it's what Thames Valley can produce, really. But I know they're all round good, so that's really what happens.
And if you guys had to call this game, who do you think who's going to win, or even what do you think what each team has to do well to get the win? If you don't really want to call a winning side,
Derby got to shoot the ball well. That's for
sure. Yeah. I think Derby's guards have got to stop. You got to stop Luke Champ. You got to stop Blaine. You got to stop Taylor. You got to stop Seth. They've got ballers across the boards that can put the ball in the bucket. They're to win that game. They got to go through that. And I like the matchup Malcolm versus Silla. I'd say two of the most elite bigs in the league. If Malcolm can get going, it gets his 20, 30 points. I think they win that. I think that's a close game. But let's say across the board, they're both stacked. So it's going to be a good game to watch.
And finally, before we join the guys live at the thing, I mentioned last time when they played almost a year ago, it was a 122-133 overtime win for Derby. I don't expect the highest scoring game. Both guys got scorers. Lots known about TVC with the guys like Johnson, Hall to shoot from range, and with Blake sort of elevating his game to shoot more than three. Who do you think Derby can also rely on to shoot from the perimeter to keep up with that potent TVC attack we all know and watch a lot?
I think
They got Conway. They got Conway who can shoot the ball well. They got Derby. Derby got a team. Derby every year. Derby got shooters. They got shooters. Like that's one thing people know Derby do. They move the ball well, and if they'll hit the open three. So across their whole roster, I see Mount hitting three sometimes. So across their whole roster, besides maybe one player on the court, they can all knock it down. It's just say moving the ball and getting the shots through TVC's defense.
And then so we talked a bit about Hackey, we talked about Malcolm, and you said, I know we sort of before the show, Liam, you thought maybe the depth of a bench might be deciding key. Who are some of those players off the bench but will really help either team? Because we always talk about the key players, but the guys on the bench, not the roles. Who are some of those guys we need to watch out for this evening?
Yeah, I was saying before. I was saying it's probably the bench will win it. I see. I say, for TVC, they got. I think they've still got Kai Williams coming off the bench, don't they? They've still got Kai.
Yeah.
If they're not interchangeable, they've got Bernard. They've got Silla will start. If Taylor's starting, then they're gonna have Seth coming off the bench, and so as I say, you can't just defend them 1 through 5. You're looking at their 6 to 9, and so that's stronger from that side. Derby, I'm not sure if Blake will start today or if he'll come off the bench, but if he comes off the bench, you got to give the young boy respect as well. So I think it's going to be a quality game. It's just which venue is it at? It's in TVC, isn't it? It's in Uxbridge.
TVC, yeah, Uxbridge.
Yeah, so it could go either way. It could go. I think my money's on TVC. I will be supporting Derby because they're my old boys, but my money's on TVC.
And CJ, final thoughts here. I know you got TVC come up in the Lynch Trophy. Who you think will win tonight?
TVC. I can't lie. I think they're gonna win. But Derby, their bench need to play. And my boy Ronald needs to come off shooting good. So yeah, hopefully if he does, they'll get the win.
I say, well, thank you both for coming on. I know CJ just had a game today and lucky, but it was a really good game to watch. I know, Liam, you've got a game tomorrow, so you probably both want to rest up and enjoy this game. Thank you both for coming on. Stay safe, and I hope everyone enjoys the game coming on UpStreamedia. If you're new to the show, be sure to like, subscribe. They're always being great coverage of WNBL D1 and the NBL D1. Stay safe, guys, and enjoy the game, everyone.
Hey, pleasure, Chris. Take it easy. Take it easy, Jack.
Hey, testing. One.
Okay, welcome for this evening's game. We have Thames Valley Cavaliers versus the Derby Trailblazers.
Let me tell you something. Me and Julius are locked and loaded tonight. This is a top of the table clash. We got 7-1 versus 8-1. So today, team's gonna come out and they have to be serious. We've done our research. We're serious today, right, Jules?
Yes, indeed. So both teams, the only loss that they've had was to Team Newcastle. So we know Team Newcastle is serious and about their business. And just losing one game so far this season, both these teams want to keep that just to that loss.
And I think due to the COVID season, this is the only matchup of the year. So this is really going to be it's a high stakes game. And as you said earlier, we don't seem to see Seth Hawley out here warming up today. So maybe Thames Valley going to be down a guard. Coming off a great win against the Essex Rebels where they shot, I think, a blistering 70% from the field. So Coach Banks obviously got them to go inside a bit more. Let's see who's coming out here to start. Okay, and on the Thames Valley team, we see Blaine Freckleton's come out here. We got Silla, number 7, a champion. We got Kai Williams, and rounding it off, Taylor Johnson.
For Derby, we have Malcolm Smith, we have Blake Bowman, we have Oliver Stanley as we take the knee. And we have Charlie Brown and number 11, who is not on the score sheet.
Don't worry, We've talked to the people in the back office. They're going to get it straight one of these days. But they do this to test our professionalism, Jules, so no doubt about that. But shout out, we see Blake Bowman here, the son of a famous BBL player, Barry. I think both of us played with him. Shout out to him if he's listening. As we started off, ball into champion, Thames Valley basketball. As they swing it round to Freckleton, looking to come and do something off a screen, drives the middle, short pull-up, it's good. Great play there by Freckleton. And I always like to see the ball in Freckleton's hand. He seemed to always make the right decision, and he started off with a great easy basket inside too, which I think they're going more to nowadays. Responded.
I remember Malcolm Smith from before. This guy's a baller. He can flat out play, so he's going to be a problem.
Okay, that was a little bit of a tougher shot, but fighting for the rebound, Silla, but he was called, I don't know, oh yeah, he got called for an offensive foul over the back, I think, so that's going to really be big troublesome. They were complaining about that last week, and I think Silla gets a lot of those little rebound and put back, so the referee put him on notice now. I'm sure he'll be able to handle it. As they come back down, number 11 pushing it, and swings it through to Smith as they look for a little alley-oop play, but cut up by Silla as he pushes and looking for some people trailing into Johnson's hand. Nice strong drive, easy bucket. Easy bucket.
So as we give praise to Johnson every single week in terms of what he does. He just knows how to play the game the right way.
Definitely, and great, nice back cut, but once again, I think a lot of teams seem to want to try and thread the pass through the heart of this Thames Valley zone, and the hands are very active. You need to be careful with those. That's 2 turnovers in a row, and Thames Valley are looking quite methodical as Kai Williams puts up a long one, rims out. Ball swung back down. Derby with another long 3. Now Derby seem to be looking for the long shot early as it gets into Smith's hands. Trying to get these numbers right. There's Charlie Brown on the ball. We're not going to have any Snoopy references today, guys. Okay, 11 with the ball. Conway.
Derby still yet to actually settle down, I would say. That was a out of play shot. They managed to knock it down. We'll see how this game progresses in terms of their structure, in terms of what plays they run.
That's the kind of play I see with Freckleton. He drove, he had a shot at the rim, but he's always looking for that extra pass to create, and he got a 3 out of it. But 7-5 as Bowman brings it down and looks to create off the dribble. Tied up, good play there by Williams as Taylor gets the steal. Williams pushing it down, easy pass to Silla. Oh, great play.
So that's 3 steals already for Thames Valley. I know their coach cannot be happy with their start so far. The Derby coach, I'm sure he's probably may look for a timeout very soon to get these guys organised and get them back on track.
Swung round to Brown as he looked to cut. Back cuts are moving. Looking up to Smith. Another steal. As you said, Jules, I think the timeout has to be called because that's just quite sloppy. You can't have 4 turnovers this early in such a big game, but maybe it's nerves. A great play by Bowman into Conway, who is their leading scorer, by the way. So as Freckleton brings it up, looks into the high post. Silla, one-on-one. Normally there's only one result with that in this league, isn't there, Jules?
Definitely, and looking up their matchup with their best big that they put on him, it's going to be a long day for them already because it doesn't look like he can do much with Silla. And we know from early days, if that's the start of the game, he's going to be going for 20, 30 points with those 10, 15 rebounds to go alongside.
It's crazy. I mean, we saw, I think also, Coach Banks has made a exerted effort. Some say he was listening to you here in the commentary bank, but we don't know. That's just speculation at the moment. But they're definitely looking to push the ball inside more. They're not settling for the 3. They're getting it down, and it showed in their last game where they shot 70% from inside and only maybe 32 from the 3-point line. So they're getting easier baskets, and they're going to need to do that and grind it out as the season goes down. But here it looks like another turnover. Great hustle by Champion. Great hustle by Champion.
Off the foot of Conway, great dive for the ball, great hustle, and they've got the ball back. Another turnover. Their coach, he's got to be scratching his head over there at this point in terms of the start, and to be only down 4 points is not too bad considering.
Not too bad, I know, exactly. We're talking about nearly 5 turnovers, and they're still down 4. So for Thames Valley's point, they think they should have maybe pulled away a little bit more here. As a call of 32 comes. Running for high post double screen, good backdoor cut. Oh, the pass was there, but it was cut up. As they look to push it, Conway with the ball, backing it out. Swings it back to Bowman. Looking to create, Conway back with the ball. Swinging it inside. Oh, he should have got that.
Definitely missed the easy one on the inside. Again, no plays called yet. 4 minutes into the game, they haven't called a single play yet. It's all been secondary fast breaks and just read and react.
Swung round to Freckleton, looks like he's just rimming out. Kai Williams with the rebound, great putback. For once they had Silla boxed out, but Kai Williams steps in there and another turnover. And I think it's time for a timeout here. Coach Shaw has to call a timeout just to try and settle his troops.
Definitely, we've seen it coming on the horizon, mistake after mistake. They're just not settled in, they're not locked in on the offensive end at this point. So we'll see what the coach can draw up for them. Hopefully they have an after timeout play that can kind of settle them down.
And it's like you said, it seemed to be just a lot of, trying to create a little something off the dribble, looking for that killer pass without any rotation of the basketball. And we've seen 6 turnovers now so far. So only to be a 6-point game, coach has to say, listen, we're lucky to be where we are right now. Let's try and tighten up, get some plays run, get a few easy baskets, get some stops, and that can just be a bad start. Sometimes that happens. You're a little bit nervous. We'll just take a quick look at the numbers. Well, Conway's on 4, and then you've got Mike Smith on 3 for the Derby Trailblazers. Well, maybe that has to be adjusted over there. We're just talking about the different visual effects we have up here in the mic. I'm not even going to get into it, but they're meant to be filming us up here too. But obviously we didn't have hair and makeup today, so they just had to scratch that for the time being. 13-7.
So Conway's had a good start with 4 points, 2 of 3 shooting. And Tyler Johnson on 5 points already, nice and early, having a great start to this game as well.
Exactly, and as we said every week, Thames Valley always normally come out and feel their opponents. They seem to have a little bit more structure and certainty about them today, because they know this is an important one. They definitely need this one. They don't have much chances. Silla puts off a bit of a fadeaway, and that was good defense there, I must say. Good work inside by Stanley as he comes back and tries to find something. Puts it down low to Smith. One-on-one with Kai Williams. With Silla looking on. Rims out, Freckleton with the ball, and now they're off to the races. Once again, they're trying to take the time on the clock. They're trying to really make Derby work on the defensive end. Very smart play by the veteran team.
Fantastic play, fantastic patience. Blaine Freckleton gave up the ball as a point guard. A bit of misdirection right there. Played well into his hands. He had the open look, and he's one of the best three-point shooters in the league, so he's going to knock that down.
And we said earlier that, you know, there doesn't seem to be any sign of, as Conway just swings it back out, looking to get it back. Is he looking for a shot down to Stanley? Nice cut inside, and a basket. Mike Smith. As just to let you know, new guy checked in, number 3, Ugo. As Freckleton once again drives down, draws the foul, and he's good to the line for 2. Jules, I know every week we talk about the strength of the backcourt of Thames Valley. As obviously we don't see Seth Hawley here today, and to be fair, maybe sometimes that makes the guards who are out there feel a little bit more settled. And they've come in, they haven't tried to rush anything, because you know when you have players on the bench, you know, if you ain't doing something, there's someone to replace you. But when you know, listen, I'm going to be playing, you can play a little bit more calm, a little bit more reserved. And I think we've seen that today, especially early on.
100% agreed, and I mean this. I've played for teams as well. When you have the right amount of players doing the right amount of things, you get the best production. If you've got too much, it doesn't work in your favor sometimes.
It's true. Men looking over his shoulder, he's coming out, touch it, he guns it. As Bowman looks to get it through, Ugo swings it back to him. Nice drive. Oh, and with a touch, can he get the and one? And he's saying to the ref he's going to the basket, looking to shoot, but
I think they've called an line on that one. So big shout out to Karen Bridges in the YouTube stream. You know, we're on all types of platforms here. We've got all types of technology here.
We're doing it all. You know we have to shout out our live chat people. Keep it coming. Try and be not too greasy in the chat. Keep it sweet, keep it basketball.
And you can send us an end of game prediction. Maybe it's a little bit early at the moment, but you know, you've seen it nearly half of a quarter now. You should get a feel for what's going to unfold.
Great putback by Smith as he battles for it. 18-11. Derby are sticking with it, and they seem to have got a little bit more structure to them after that half court, but they need to see that play. Every time he runs off the high post pick, he's swinging round, and if the guard goes over the top, they've got the backdoor play. Lovely play. Another one I might be stealing from my playbook. Just need someone who can do an alley-oop first. Hehetro's in the game too, to shore it up, giving Silla a little break as Johnson gets it up top. Too much time for him.
He's comfortable, he's settled in, and it's going to be a long day for Derby if you're letting him get those type of looks.
Exactly, and I like the fact that Bowman, the youngster, has matched up on him. He's taking that challenge, but he gave him a bit too much time there. As Smith tries to respond, and he does. And I believe as Johnson looking to attack again, swings it round to Williams. Out to Freckleton, looking for the pick and roll as he gets inside patiently and draws the foul. And I think you mentioned earlier Mike Smith. I was reading the last time these two played last year, where Derby actually won an overtime battle. He played something like 43 minutes of, I don't know if it was I guess it was an overtime battle. So he's obviously a journeyman. He's going to be out there for the whole run. Sorry, Malcolm Smith. Jeez. It has to happen every week, doesn't it? It wouldn't be here if we didn't do that. As Johnson, I think there's another over the backcourt on Silla. And that is his second at least. And that could be interesting. He's putting his hand up to Coach Banks saying, don't worry, I got it. That's normally the prelude to a third foul. I used to say that all the time. Yeah, coach, don't worry, I'm good. Thing is a charge. Coach Banks shut that right down. He said, no, you good over here. I need you second half. You chill. Hehetro's back in the game. Swung round. Charlie Brown's back in now. Swings it to Bowman. Over to Conway. Long three. Rims out. Good rebound by Hehetro. As he gets it to Freckleton, they look to push the tempo a little bit. Swings out to Johnson. Back to Champion. Back to Freckleton. Top of the key. Rims out.
Big rebound.
Nice pass over there.
I mean, we haven't seen much structure from Derby at this point. It's more of a run and gun type situation. Just, you know, swing the ball, pass it, screen, look for the open man at this point. Down 7 points towards the end of the first quarter. What's your thoughts?
I mean, it could have been a lot worse, to be honest. And Thames Valley never really been able to draw away that much as they could have done, especially seeing as the amount of turnovers Derby's had. So I think if Derby can pull it back another two, maybe 4 points, Coach Shaw will be pretty happy at the end of this. Just the fact that they're close enough. But as you said, they're not really showing enough creativity. Oh, great shot there by Malcolm Smith.
Fantastic on the rip through, felt the contact, put up the shot, knocked it down. That's good. He's heading to the line for that bonus.
He must have heard that finally saying his name right, and he said, listen, I'm gonna let you know my name out here with an and one. And so it's a 5-point game, and it could be down to a 4-point game. So I think Derby are hanging in there, but I think as the game extends on, they can't be relying on shots like that to try and win this game. They need to get a bit more structure in their offense, get a few more easy baskets. They look like a youngish team, and they're not really getting much on the break. So let's see what this next 2 minutes 30 hold, especially the fact that Silla is going to be on the bench at least for the end of this quarter. And he brings it back within a 4-point game. So 2 minutes 30, 4-point game, Freckleton coming down. Let's see if they run that high post thing again. Let's look what Johnson does. He gets it, looks to attack, swings it back to Freckleton for a long three. Got it.
Exact same players earlier, exact same result. It just comes down to the execution, and that's what they did very effectively just then.
It's a really nice set because you can see different reads of it, and you know they react to what's open. But once again, shot up by Smith. Similar to the one before, but that just rimmed out. And it's Thames Valley's ball. So just like that, it's back to a 7-point game, and they could stretch it here to 10. So this is where Derby really have to lock in. They can't keep yo-yoing with Thames Valley, because sooner or later, a few of these shots, they can really stretch it out. So new man checking in now. Let's do the knowledge on him. Godamy. So Jay Godamy coming in, who I think is averaging about 13, 14 points. So he's a scorer as well. He can put it in.
He's got a bit of size on him as well. So that's exactly what they need to against this Thames Valley team.
Swung back over to Johnson as he tried to hang, and tough shot. Coach Banks looking like, you ain't going to call that foul? We got 3 refs out here. Someone had to have seen it. Bam. And that's G'day. As I said, we said he was a scorer straight off the bench. Bang, bang. He hit it down with a 3, so he's going to add good stretch out for the big men to open up that middle a little bit as he swung into Hehetro. Guarded tightly by Smith. Great pass and go. Ooh!
That's them strong layups.
We nearly had a highlight reel there. Swung back out to Godamy. You know, there was a little bit of a bounce there, but he saved it off of Williams' legs. I've noticed every time down they're running the ball to Johnson, and Johnson's always guarded by one of the younger players from the Derby team, who you can't fault them for effort, but he's using his mind. Nice little give and goes, using the screen well, back cutting, so really making them work. You know, youngsters out here, watch the movement off the ball before Johnson gets it. We only see the end part of it where the guy's dunking. We're like, right, that was nice. How come I can't do that? Because you're standing still at the 3-point line. That's why. Godamy looking to get back down. No, sorry, that's Charlie Brown looking to get it down to Stanley. Nice strong move. And that's what they need. They need to get it inside, get some easy baskets. It's back down to a 6-point game. 46 seconds left, and we're hearing some cheers coming from the Derby bench. They're back involved as Johnson looked to come off a double screen high once again to work and find an option. As he drives, slips. I think that could have been a travel there, but they let it fly. Freckleton, if he hits that, that is a heartbreaker. As Dion Warwick said.
Big contested shot there. He knocks it down. He's in a groove right now, and he's in a good rhythm. But the defense of Thames Valley is not in a good rhythm at this moment, because if a team isn't running any structured sets and you're still giving up that many points, there's a problem on the defensive end at the moment. You're getting everything you want on the offensive end, you're just not locking them down on the defensive end.
Johnson bangs down another 3. Brown, does he get it off in time? I don't know. So it ends up a 10-point game at the end of the first, and you know, in that game, I think Freckleton has hit 3 big threes in that half. Obviously, Johnson's done his work. Let's get Jules over on the stats. So they haven't yet spread away.
So we've got Freckleton with 13 points already in the first quarter. Very impressive. We've got Tyler Johnson on 10 to lead the way for Thames Valley Cavaliers and for Derby Trailblazers. We've got Smith on 13 already, leading the way for those guys over there. So those are the leading scorers so far. Very high scoring if you've got 13 points in one quarter. So the thing that's lacking at this point is a bit of defense on both teams.
Exactly, and it's not like they're running fast break basketball out here. It's all in half court sets, but they've got 30, so they're probably shooting at a pretty good clip so far, and I think it can't last. I mean, we've seen from Thames Valley that where they can be vulnerable is when they're shooting a lot of threes and not making them. Today they're looking pretty good from out there.
They are 5 for 7 at this point, so 71% from the 3-point line and 7 for 10 from 2. So they're getting everything they want from the field. It's just about locking up on the defensive end.
That's the thing, and I mean, I don't know, the foul trouble, I know Silla is on 2 and he remains on the bench, which is very smart because, as I said, they're doing a good job. Aqua Davis checking in. You know, they've got enough numbers out there that they can rest even one of their star players.
And it'd be good to see those guys get some extended minutes for a change in this kind of environment. You know, we see them come in and come out, you know, maybe 5-10 minutes a game, maybe up to 15-20 minutes possibly today.
Exactly, these can be their times, and this is why we say in those other games when they're in at the end, it's so important, because now when it counts, they come out here and they can do just as good a job.
So over to the live chat, we've got Emma Hawley. She says, let's go, let's do this, Blazers. And we've got Karma, who said, is anyone going to put a hand up? It's not looking that way.
Let me tell you, Budemi came off the bench trying to get numbers straight up. I said he was a scorer, and he's looking to score when he gets it. So I think he's adding, once again, running that high post, and the coach had told him, listen, go behind the screen, especially off the first pass. Swung back out to Aqua Davis, back to Johnson, looking to attack, gets him up in the air. I thought he was going to draw the foul. Aqua Davis just rims pretty hard. But that was a decent shot, good ball movement. They got a wide open shot. Brown, that's too early. As Conway shot, that's too early into the shot clock, I think, if you're not going to make it. So, but as their leading scorer, I guess you get carte blanche on that one. So, good on him. If he'd gone in, we'd be singing his praises. So let's keep it moving. As Freckleton brings it back down. 9:15 left. See here, the great effort. Thames Valley taking a lot of time. That's Oberia on. Oh, Champion draws the foul on Stanley. Bodied up, he's looking over to the ref, but I don't think he can really argue with that. And we see here, so Taylor Johnson, new guy in number 17, Oberia, who's been guarding him, putting great effort on him. He's being subbed out, I think. No, he's staying in the game, so I can see Coach Shaw going with a bit more of a smaller, more athletic lineup here. Maybe we can keep an eye out for some maybe pressing going on, or at least trying to push it. We've got some young legs out there now. Bowman's back in. We've got Malcolm Smith back in, and Oberia, Conway, and to round it out, Gadami. So they've got scorers out there. They've got guys who can play on the perimeter. Let's see if that changes the structure of what they're doing out there.
So just an observation. I mean, I'd like to see Lewis Champion be a little bit more aggressive in the next few games. He's a very talented point guard, and we know his credibility and what he's capable of doing. And you know, he runs the team extremely well, but you know, we'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, definitely. He's cool and collected, but as I said, we've got at the Thames Valley guard position especially. Well, he must have heard you. Pulled up a nicely, just rimmed out. Good hustling by Aqua Davis, but Smith controls it and pushes it back down to Conway, who's looking to create something. One-on-one, drag back, looking inside, swings it over. Oberia with a 3. Good shot, nearly rimmed in, but Smith with the rebound.
Smith is a workhorse. He's going to get those offensive rebounds if you let him.
Over the back call there, Oberia. I like the energy this guy has been bringing in so far. He's been playing great defense on Tyler Johnson, even though he's being subbed out now. Obviously, when I'm popping his collar. I don't know how many fouls he's on, but he's come out, he's given a great energy. He's been, if we look off the ball, he's been battling with Tyler Johnson. And now that job's going to go to Blake Bowman. As they run off a high post screen, looking to swing it, looking inside to Hehetro, but Aqua David put that up, said I'm getting that, as Bowman looked to push it. I want to see him being a little bit more aggressive with the ball. Oh, they played him on that one.
They did it. The setup was coming and he fell for it. He ran straight into Freckleton and got the offensive foul. He's not happy about the call, but it is the correct call.
And Bowman's one of the important players on this team, averaging 15 points, doing great numbers all around for the young player, who's I think going off to university in the States next year. And to be honest, he came out and he was very controlled about what he was doing. He was creating a lot, but we know he can get it hot, just like his dad. His dad can shoot that ball, play a bit of defense, hacking sometimes in practice, but it is what it is. Swung out to Hehetro. They're running the same sets, and I think Derby have sort of got an idea of what they're doing with it. But there's not much you can do with that.
Definitely a very experienced guard in Tyler Johnson, just knows how to use his body to create space and attack the basket, and drew the foul and got the basket as well, so he's heading to the line for the bonus.
And I think they've seen what he's doing out here and they know the talent and ability. I think the bigs have to show a bit stronger than they are, because he's getting to do what he wants. He's getting to just be on an island with these guards, and they're young guys, obviously athletic. You're going for everything, you're trying to get every block shot, and he's too smart. He plays that, he gets them in the air, gets good body position, and he's had too many easy shots. Coach Shaw's going to have to figure something out with him, because he can go for 50 like that. And once again, they're subbing him out. Damn, I'm the kiss of death out here today.
So just looking at the rotations, Coach Banks has got quite a tight rotation today. He's played 7 guys, and one of those 7's in foul trouble. So it will be good to see a few of the other guys get in as well.
Good shot, okay.
So nice ball movement, not really off another set play.
No.
But knocking them down, and it's keeping them in the game.
And I think as it stands now, Derby, they're making shots, and they're also becoming a bit more there. I think they're figuring out the sets from Thames Valley and the offense that they're running a bit better, and they're playing it tighter. As a Hetro gets a nice move down low.
So I'm old school. I need to see a little bit more of that. Throw the ball on the inside, let the man post up and go to work. I mean, it's high percentage, and they got the advantage down there, so why not?
And sometimes Hetro is one of the unsung heroes out here. He's not getting all the plaudits because obviously Silla's in there, and we always talk about the guards, but I think he's been excellent in the past few games, defensively and offensively. And you can see he's pumping up, you can see he's being vocal. That's showing leadership as well. So, throughout this team, everybody's playing their part, but now something's going on with the refs. I'll pass you over to Julius for his critique on the matter.
You know what? I'm not going to do it today. I don't know what just happened there, but I'm not going to do it today. Maybe someone on the live chat can explain to me what just happened.
Okay, as they stay with it. On the screen, Conway coming off with a tough shot, but rebound there by Stanley, but he missed it. He had to make that. And he's complaining that was a foul, but he didn't get it, so that could have been made up at the end, because I think they won the last call, so things seem to even themselves out here. And look at the great hustle there by the guy with the towel. I mean, you just don't get that type of work and effort he's actually a ref, and I don't see him move that fast when he's reffing. So obviously, things are working a lot smoother here. You know, he's trying to get it done. Obviously, COVID compliant. Great work there. Okay, as they're trying to move it around to Davis. Once again, they've been very patient today on offense. Very patient. Looking for the extra pass as Williams jacks it from the top. Once again, Hetro with the hustle to get his hand on that, giving Johnson. You can't give him time.
You really can't. And I mean, from a coaching standpoint, you know, you've got to adjust in terms of what you're doing against this guy and not letting him touch the ball, because he's absolutely killing you at this point.
Another steal by Hetro, leads it out to Aqua Davis. Great finish. Oh, great play again by Aqua Davis. Running the lane. Great lead pass by Hetro. It's good to see the big men make those plays. I normally see them try to make them. The ball hits the backboard and comes flying back, but he hit him right on point. He's saying to Coach Banks, listen, if you need a backup point guard, look to 22.
So, very great time. It's a good timeout from the coach just there. They just hit the free, and now another 3-point play with an intentional foul. So things are swinging, you know, just all against them in different directions. So it's a good time to, you know, take a timeout and regroup.
Definitely. And I think on the defensive end, the ball moves a bit too easily for Thames Valley. They let it move in the hands of Johnson, in the hands of Freckleton, in the hands of a danger man. Then they're just trying to play catch up for the guy attacking. You have to let that ball not move so smoothly through the offense. You know, disrupt it a little bit. Keep it out of the hands of the danger man. And then maybe you can cause some disruption, because as it stands, they're getting a lot of easy, quality shots at these guys. You give them a chance, they're going to make it.
And like you said, you know, Thames Valley just getting everything they want. They're getting the ball moved exactly where they want it. They can execute and run every single offense they want, and there's very little that Derby are doing to stop them.
Yeah, and I also agree with you, Jules. I'd like to see a couple more guys off Thames Valley's bench get a few minutes now. I mean, obviously, it's easy to just think, listen, let's just try and get this up and win at the end. But it's at this time of the game where the experience counts. It doesn't count when you're up 40 or whatever. So these guys are quality players. Obviously, they may not be to the level of some of the starters, but they can go out there and do a job, maybe add a little bit more energy, defensive, steals, those kind of things where, you know, to add, and that will help their rotation a lot more going forward.
We've got Tyler Johnson on 19 points, still 5 minutes in the second quarter. He's a perfect 7 for 7 from the field, 3 for 3 from the 3-point line. And as we said, you know, it's time to, you know, what we're going to do to stop this guy, or you're going to let him have the 50 points that you said. Maybe that's what we should talk about in the live chat. Is he going to have 50 today?
Yeah, let's go live chat. Is he going to have 50? We said call it out. If you can call out the final score in the first half, the VIP treat goes from silver to the gold standard. And we don't even want to explain what that is, because we don't know. It's what it is. Okay, let's see what happens now. Swung back out. Freckleton back in Johnson's hand too easily as he swings it around to Aqua Davis, looking for the baseline drive. Nice move. And we heard the slap up here.
Very nice. Is that you complaining about the refs?
I just said we heard the slap.
Oh, okay.
We've got even, as I said, I gave him a shout out last time, but the legendary ref, Richard Stokes, top ref, the head of the federation. I don't know all the rules, but he's the top. He's here checking out on the ref too, so if he wants to hear our broadcast, he can say, hold on, those guys got a point. When they were playing, they didn't know a thing about the rules. And as Silla checks back in, out to Aqua Davis.
I really like that from Silla, because, you know, he hasn't been scoring the way he has been, and you'd think he'd want to try and get his, but very unselfish play, and hit Charles Aqua Davis for the free. And the game has opened up completely from 19 points down to 17 points, but the game's just ballooned very quickly. Couple turns.
Definitely. I think with Silla and Freckleton as well, they're two players who are always looking for what's the best shot for the team. And even there, you could see him getting frustrated, but he's not. He's just going to keep it cool, keep moving with it. I also like Aqua Davis when he comes in, because one thing he is, he's aggressive and hungry. He ain't just coming in here to make numbers. He knows he's a player. He wants that starting berth as well. So he said, listen, you're going to see what I'm going to give you today.
And every time we've seen him get extended minutes, he's performed really well. So, you know, it's nothing new.
Definitely. You know, young players out there, you have to look at that. You have to come out, you have to be aggressive, whether offensively, defensively. Go out there with confidence and show us what you got. And he's done a great job today. As Oberia tried to pull off a pretty tough shot, just rimmed out. Silla brings it down, look for a one-on-one. He sees he's got the referee.
Come on now. Sorry, I know I said I wasn't, but jeez. Wow.
As a steal. Is he going to poster him? Oh! It's starting to get a bit run and gun right now, but that's what we like. That's why people are tuning in. What are the views like on YouTube?
I think he was caught in two minds in terms of what he was going to do, whether he's going to dunk it or lay it up, and the person that was chasing him as well. A lot of things he was thinking about.
That's it. While we've got a little time here, obviously we're giving a shout out to our cameraman Myers. He's on the camera. He's becoming a staple now, doing a great job. And we forgot to talk in the background. We got Tyler Charles, who's working this from the studio, the UpStreamedia studio. I think it's a penthouse in Mayfair somewhere, but he's doing all the behind the scenes stuff. You know, obviously the head honcho of UpStreamedia is around here dealing with wires and whatever you guys have to deal with. He's left it to us, Jules, so we're allowed to say anything we want for the next 20 minutes.
They're in trouble now.
Everyone tuning in say, all right, if you're going to say something, why not say something about the game that you're commentating on? Good point. And let me tell you, today, the towel guy has been faster than some of the players on the court. Big shout out again to him. But there was another quick shot, rebounded out. They pushed it down the floor. Champion looked to make a great play, but he was fouled beforehand and he's to the line because Derby already in the penalty. And that's the thing, we looked at the record, they're 8-1, but I think they've beaten some teams who could be called a little bit questionable in the league. And their last two games, they've just been 2-point lead games. So, you know, this probably is their first really tough test after Newcastle where they lost of a really top team. So I think the league's going to start sorting itself out from this second part of the season.
100%. And I mean, if Thames Valley have this team down 20 at the half, it's showing the quality of Thames Valley and where they should be in this league. They're basically a top 2 team.
Exactly. And I mean, I would like, if this is the case, I'd like Thames Valley to come out and make this a statement game. You know, really say, all right, listen, this is a different level of basketball we're playing here. Let the other big teams, which, you know, so far we look at as Solent, know that, listen, when this, and Newcastle, obviously, who they've already played, when you come here or when we meet again, which will be title deciding games, you better come ready. And we forget they're doing all of this without Seth Hawley as well, who, you know, he's also known to put the ball in the basket and play great defense. So Thames Valley, they haven't really skipped a beat out here.
Definitely, with Seth Hawley, you know, once he's made his first couple, it's a long night. He's going for 20, 30 points easily.
Oh, great backdoor cut by Conway, but Johnson met him on defense, and Hehetro with a great block.
Good recovery and great battle on the inside.
And up with that. Oh, great play, Stanley. I think Hehetro just found himself in a bad position under the rim as Johnson come back down to try and extend it. There's a lot of contact going in there by the rim.
Definitely, and it's not being called. I thought Johnson was going to jack that one. You know, he's 4 for 4 from the 3-point line. You know, sometimes you're allowed to have that heat check.
I know, and as I said, you know, when I think the refs are also being evaluated tonight, so they're on their tiptoes a little bit too. They want to make the right calls. They want to, you know, they've probably been given a mandate of what type of game we're trying to call here. So, you know, to be fair, it's been both ways. It hasn't been biased to one team or another. So they're letting them play a little bit.
I'd give them like a B- on their efforts so far.
A B- from Julius to refs, that's like a 9 in the GCSEs, and I don't even know what that means, but it's high. This guy ain't giving a lot of credit out there. Okay, here's Conway. He's been relatively quiet, to be honest. I think he's got Let's see what he's on. He's got 6 points, but he's their leading scorer, so I think he needs to get going.
That's a pretty tough call. Just a little bit of bang bang, just bringing the ball down the floor. He didn't get an advantage from it. I think you could have played through that, to be honest.
See, 2 seconds ago, I was saying they're letting them play. You start coming with these B- comments. Next thing you know, every ticky-tack call's getting played. You know, Coach Banks said, listen, I ain't playing this no more. Let me get Freckleton back in. Keep this cool. Champion, I'm not sure how many fouls he's on, but that could have been... He's only on 2, but no, he's only on 1. Nothing too dramatic. As Gadami looked to push it out, Smith.
Pretty tough shot from Smith there. He didn't really have anything. It was more of a force.
And it'll be interesting to look at the assist numbers at halftime, because everything from Derby's side seems to be created off the dribble, whereas Thames Valley seem to be making that extra pass. And then obviously when you have Taylor Johnson who can do that, that's a nice option as well, isn't it?
Again, he's getting everything he wants. There's very little struggle, or he's not being challenged at all.
You know, we've been saying in the last couple of weeks, or the last couple of home games, you know, we said that Taylor Johnson maybe not on his sharpest he's been, which is difficult because he sets such a high bar. So, you know, he's still having decent numbers at the end of it, but this is the type of game that he's used to doing, and this isn't, you know.
So Tolu's checked in, number 14 for Thames Valley.
Okay, I like what he did last week. Bring some energy to the board. Now, in that position, Jules, I've just come off the bench. I know I'm not getting the next 40 minutes. Take that guy out the air. Let him know you're here to play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We know we ain't trying to condone any dangerous play. But you go meet that ball. If you have to goaltend to do something, let them know you're here.
And, basics of basketball, you help side, you should be over there anyway, ready to meet him and let him know.
Exactly. Stamp your authority on the game. And so I think next time he comes, he's going to meet him strong, you know. And coach will say, okay, this guy's coming here to play. I'll leave him out there for a bit.
Taylor Johnson's last basket takes him to 21 points. Freckleton's next with 13. And leading the way for Derby, we have Malcolm Smith with 15 points.
And Derby pushed. They've gone to a zone. I think it's like a semi 2-3, but they better match up out of this, and that's what you do. You break through it. Control. That would have been tough, but those are the kind of plays. They got the rebound too. They can't afford that, but there you go. Good play there by Conway. And now they have to convert here. Take it up strong. Oh, yeah.
There was a lot of contact on that one as well. Wow, that's tough.
You need to make that call.
I mean, and we had the same angle as well, so that's a tough one. I'm not sure why that wasn't called.
Yeah, that was
so that's a fantastic coaching adaptation by putting in the 2-3 zone at this point. But there's only 1 minute 23 seconds left, so it gives a lot of time for the coach Banks to go back and figure it out and put some plays in.
Exactly, but here we go. Derby have to chip away with it from this. Get it down to a 12-point game. Maybe a 10. And once again, this is why I said this. I must say, Ogonko he's come into the game. I think you have to be a lot more active. Not swing your arms around. You don't worry about getting a foul or two here. Make your presence felt. You've got athleticism, you've got speed, you've got it all. You have to make your presence felt out here.
Definitely, and going to that zone, it's helped them quite a lot. Brought the game back to 14 points, so maybe they can get it back to under double figures before the halftime. That would be a huge success for them, considering how this game's been going for them.
Definitely, and I definitely think if they go into halftime at, let's say it's a 10-point game or so, they're in a good position, because I think the second half, Thames Valley, as you said, their rotation hasn't been that big. they're going to be some more tired legs. They're probably an older team. So maybe the second half Derby can start extending, you know, that zone, matching up, making sure they pay attention to Johnson, Freckleton and the shooters, but giving them a bit more rest, get out on the break a little bit more on them. And this could still be an exciting second half.
Definitely. We're going to see what Thames Valley actually end up doing with the zone that Derby have put on them. So we'll see how they break it down and what they can achieve from it. But obviously, Thames Valley have a wealth and an abundance of shooters, so we shouldn't see it being too much of a problem.
But at the same time, I think not too many teams probably play the zone against Thames Valley because they have so many shooters, especially with Hawley out there. But he's not here today. And you know Johnson's going to put it up. We know Aqua Davis will put it up. To be honest, Kai Williams will put it up. And Freckleton will put it up. So I don't know even what my point was on that whole. Damn.
They've extended it now full court to a 2-2-1 press. Let's see what they do. That's what I like about coaching. You've got to throw these things at them and see what they adapt with it.
Oh, go hands to it. Good day, me, but Williams controls it.
Shot clock's down to 10 already, so you know it's played its part. Run them down. Now they've got 6 seconds left to get a quick shot.
Listen, Aqua Davis. Oh, that's a heartbreaker.
Fantastic pass by Tyler Johnson under pressure. He could have forced it up, but he found Aqua Davis for the free, and they've knocked it down.
And they look to put it back inside. Once again, foul on the floor. Great play by Aqua Davis. He's really been a nice addition. He's really put a spark into this half, and he's been, I think, the best player in the second quarter. As we look on the live chat, few shout outs. It says that Blake Bowman's going to UMKC this year, so great luck to him. Looks like a great prospect. Also, they're giving a shout out to the GB team who won today, Jules. I know you checked that out.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that at halftime. It was an amazing moment.
And Stanley to the line for one. And as we see there. And we're there talking about hopefully they could get in with a 10-point game. It's a 16 at the moment. And there's a chance to extend it. Lane violation call made there. I think we go to I think nearly every call in the history of basketball will get called in this game. So we saw one there, giving him an extra chance. Let's see if he can make the most of it. And same thing happened. Johnson comes up with the rebound. Has some pressure up court, but they better recover. As Freckleton's looking to control it for the last shot. Setting it up. I like the way he's a smart player. I think they're going to come out and look for a nice high screen. Back over to Davis. Looking for the drive. Swings it. Puts it to Kai Williams, over to Taylor Johnson. Oh, I thought he could have put one more pass out to Aqua Davis there to see if he could repeat what he did last time. As Charlie Brown comes down. Oh, he should have shot that. Bowman with a tough fade away. Didn't really have his feet under him. And Thames Valley go in with a 16-point lead.
So 57-41. Very high scoring for Thames Valley.
Okay, we're giving a shout out. We can see some people here on the screen. As I said, we're just going down to the downstairs cinema. Everyone down here at Thames Valley Cinema, we have all these things at UpStreamedia. A little, they call it the VIP suite. That's where you'll be sitting if you guess the score right. Some of the people who commentated on the earlier games are down there chilling, watching the game. So, as the guys go in, half time, just have a talk. Let's see how that goes, and we can do talk some trash at halftime.
All right, so first things first, big shout out to Great Britain basketball on their victory today. Absolutely historical moment, beating Germany on the buzzer from a game winner by Luke Nelson.
Damn. Now that must be a big game. Germany, I mean, that's a serious team. Great win there by GB Basketball. Did you watch the whole game?
So yeah, I watched most of it. It was a fantastic game. Obi Soko was amazing as well. Second half came through, played really well. It was a gutsy performance by everybody that performed on that day. It was really, really incredible, and it was great to see Great Britain get that type of win, and that's what we kind of need. We need to boost that kind of awareness, and is it going to be in the papers that we beat Germany? Not really. Is it going to be in the media? It needs to be. We need to celebrate these things as well.
Let me tell you, if the football team beat Germany, there'll be a parade down the street with COVID. They don't mind, man. They'll be marching, bring the flags out. England have done it on basketball, which is just as big an accomplishment. Damn, let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Yeah, I didn't see it because I was preparing for this game. I'm professional like that, Jules. I try and go over the stats, the bits and pieces. But so far in this game, Thames Valley have seemed comfortable most of the way. As I said, there have been little chances of Derby pulling back a little bit, but it all seemed to be off difficult shots. They've still yet to really put it to a place where they can get consistent shots that are coming off the floor of the offense. So
definitely, it's like we've commentated on quite a few games now, and we're kind of waiting for that team to come in and give Thames Valley that actual challenge and meet them on there by the same level of skill, same height, same inside, same outside ability. And we just haven't seen it today again.
I know, it's tough. I mean, like I said, they've got a tough team, they've got talent at every level, and as I said, we're missing big players today already. But I think if you don't match them with talent, the effort has to be higher. You know what I mean? We saw a couple of weeks ago, I'm not sure, I can't remember the team that came in here, but it was a young team, I think it was Barking Abbey, and at first they just showed a lot of effort. They couldn't maintain it throughout, but you're not going to beat this team matching them at the same level of effort. And to be honest, in the first quarter, Thames Valley's defensive effort was better than Derby's. Derby has picked it up a little bit. What do you think Coach Shaw's saying to them in the locker room at halftime?
So from a coaching standpoint, definitely the effort has to improve. The talking, the passion, let's get emotional on defense. Let's celebrate what we're doing well. Let's fix what we're doing wrong. I do like the full court 2-2-1 that they put in, even though Thames Valley have knocked down a couple shots from it. You've got to disrupt what the other team's doing, get them thinking on the offensive end, and not let them continue to be so comfortable. That's the problem. Thames Valley is all comfortable in everything they're doing. So the 2-2-1 was a way of throwing something different at them, and the 2-3 zone as well. So hopefully he's got a few more tricks up his sleeve from a coaching standpoint that's going to possibly make this game more interesting.
Definitely, and if you can force a few more turnovers, get out in the open court a little bit more, I think you've got some of the guys who can get easier baskets on the break, but so far we haven't really seen it. So as I said, if we look at the stat sheet, okay, Malcolm Smith's doing a decent job down here with 15 points, and bear in mind he averages 15 on the season, so he's done a great job out here. Conway on 9. Conway averages 20 points on the season. Now, even though it's halfway there, he's been quiet in my mind. I think he can do a lot more, so we look for more from him in the second half. Stanley on 7, done a good job. Brown chips in with 2. And Blake Bowman, he hasn't scored yet, and I don't think he's been that aggressive with it. I think he's letting the game come to him. But I think now we've seen the talent he's got. I think he needs to just come out and be a lot more aggressive with it. And I'm sure he's been focused on a little bit because I think Taylor Johnson's guarding him or whatever. But he has to come out and start being a little aggressive because, he's a talent and they need his scoring.
And I mean, from that standpoint, he's athletic as well. So from an athleticism standpoint, you can go get that offensive rebound, get yourself in the game, get a couple layups, drive to the basket, try to get some fouls and get to the free throw line and kind of work your way in the game that way. So we're definitely hoping we can see more from him in this next half.
And so when we go to Thames Valley's line, we have obviously Taylor Johnson, 21 points, 8 for 12, 4 for 7 from 2, 4 for 5 from 3. Freckleton backs it up with 13 points, and I think he's had a great, solid game as usual. Champion a little bit quiet with only 3. Our guy, every week they're saying there's a different our guy, but this week our guy, Charles Aqua Davis, 11 minutes, 10 points, 4 for 6, 2 for 2 from 2, 2 for 4 from 3, and he's got 3 rebounds. He's a plus minus of 8. He came in and really added a boost, especially when you've got Silla, who's only had 8 minutes, who normally by this time he could have had 25. So, they've managed to fill in the role. Hetro chipping in with a nice little 4 points. Fill it in, and they haven't really missed a beat, which Derby should worry about because Silla's coming back, believe that.
Definitely. So, Charles Davis, 11 minutes coming in and doing that. We did speak about him getting some extended court time today, and he's shown and proven that he needs to be on that court.
And we've been delivered the stats again up here. I mean, it's professional service going on up here. I wish we had cameras up in this joint to just show you how smooth it is. Little do they know we have our own option to get the stats, Jules. We're professional.
We're professional. We do this.
Everyone out there in TV land saying, no, you're not. Anyway, shout out to all you guys out there like last week. I don't see Bad Boy 5000 anymore on the chat. But Daniel, I hope you tuned in. Stu Johnstone, I hope you're tuned in too. Listen to this top class commentary.
So we got Emma Hawley. We like Emma Hawley. She says, this is a great stream. This is what we do. Thank you, Emma. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate the love. Anyone who wants to shout out out here. We see David O'Hara on the live stream. Karen Bridges, great game. Rebound Basketball blog, indeed, Emma Hawley. Let's get interactive with this. It's lockdown. No one's got nothing they can do. We in lockdown. Let's interact. Let's talk. If you want anything shout out on the mic, just let us know. Because we've already run out all our basketball knowledge. That's done. And I love to see this, especially at halftime. You see some of the younger guys, any chance they get out there and get some shots up, they're taking it. That shows that, they're missing their basketball. They're up there trying to dunk the ball. Next thing you know, they break the rim, but that's what you have to do. You see these young guys, they're trying to get their swerve on at halftime. As Derby seem to be coming out a little bit dejected, I'd like to see someone, ramping them up a little bit. I know there's only 8 minutes left, but this is a top of the table clash.
Definitely, from a basketball point of view, walking back on the court at that kind of pace, it's not, that's not me getting my mind right. That's just me personally. I'll be wanting to get on the court, to get warmed up, to get back in this game, and let's see what we have to do to figure out this team. So a few stats. Thames Valley Tigers are shooting 56% from the three-point line, and they are shooting 57% from the two. So again, that's quite high.
That's great. That's crazy.
50%, anything over 50% from three is pretty remarkable. And on for Derby Trailblazers, we have 33.3% from the three-point line, and we have 48% from the two. So that's not too shabby. It's not too shabby. 33% from as a team, that's not too bad. But again, with the firepower that Thames Valley have, you do need to get more stops and make it more difficult for them to score.
Definitely, and you see even the layup line there. When guys don't come outside the three-point line on the rebound line, they're not really trying to stretch it out. I'd like to see more energy, because if you want to play a game of tactical chess with Thames Valley, I can't see that working. You need to turn this into a game of Battleship.
Definitely, I wouldn't be happy with that layup line, to be honest with you. If you're not, you're supposed to be running, getting the blood flowing, not tiring yourselves out, but you're still getting the blood flowing and getting ready to play a game of basketball. Everybody's, they're shooting jump shots, they're walking around, they're not warming up how they should be.
And the thing is, you're going to have to be ready, because these guys, they're going to come out and they're going to try and put their hammer down, as they always do in the third quarter. It's always one of their most dangerous quarters. They try and put the game away early, then they can just run it out and, get into the fun and try to get a couple dunks going. But if Derby want a chance at this game, they cannot wait until the fourth quarter. They need to come out now and come out strong. And I see the coach walking over. He's either going to them to ask them, let's go pick it up, guys, or coming up to us and just say, listen, fellas, I hear what you're saying, it's nonsense, but I'll take some of it on for the second half.
And it'll be interesting to see what they try to do with Tyler Johnson, because he is an absolute problem and he is terrorizing that team at the moment.
I wish I had some answers for you, being honest.
First off, you just got to pick him up full court and just limit his touches, and if he scores, make it off a backdoor rather than a three-pointer or whatever it may be, but just limit his touches and just make it more difficult for him.
But I think you see the difference here, and players watching this now, you need to watch Tyler Johnson when he doesn't have the ball. And you need to see his movement. He never stops moving. When he gives it up, he finds any option, and he's playing the game with his head. So even though I'm not taking anything away, the effort on the defensive end has been there, but he's just taking his time. He takes the right shots. So he's a tough guy. You know, you pick him up full court, he's smart enough also to draw the defense away. So there's not much you can do against players like this. You know, I think the help side have to come a little bit earlier.
Definitely, that is a quality of a. Definitely, when a player can show his qualities, how they play off the ball, as you said. You know, it's so easy to play on the ball, you know, with the ball in your hands. But what you're doing when the ball's not in your hands kind of dictates what kind of player you're going to be.
Definitely, and that's the thing. He plays hard. He keeps moving. He's in there for offensive rebounds, you know. And at the same time, you have to watch out for these other weapons. And now you've got Aqua Davis, who stepped in and done 10 points in a quarter. You have Freckleton, who's made a few dagger shots, and Silla hasn't even got ready yet. He's just warming up. You know he's gonna get. You know he's a double-double. He's a walking double-double, so that's coming.
So I'm curious to see what his mentality is going to be in this next half. Hasn't had his usual strong, outstanding game. So it'll be interesting to see how he comes up, if he's going to be over aggressive or if he's going to let the game come to him, or how it's, you know, it'll be interesting to see.
Definitely, and I mean, as I said, he got in early foul trouble, but now 2 fouls, he's pretty much easy with that. I think he's not going to worry too much, and I don't think he'll rush it, but he always takes good shots. So if he gets them, and especially now they have to focus on Johnson more, he's going to have even more opportunities. So by the end of this, let's look at his stat line. Once again, in the live chat, you want to shout out what your expectations are for Silla at the end of this? Maybe able to fit you into the VIP filming room. Okay, Emma Hawley hollered out there, I'm Blake's mum. No wonder she's doing a great job on the live chat. We got Rusty Johnson calling in from Texas. Shout out to Taylor Johnson. There isn't a more Texan name than Rusty Johnson. I'll tell you that. So we know he's for real.
And I hope you're doing well out there, Rusty. We know you've experienced that bad weather so far. So, you know, stay safe, and we hope all the best to you.
Okay, second half. And why is the clock going up? So we've got 6 minutes left. 1. See, once again, these are the little details, the minutiae, as it were, that we know down here. Jules schooling me. I'm learning on these streams. So, second half. It's a little bit of a funnily called game in the first half. A lot was let go, and there were a lot of little tidbit line calls.
Again, you just want that consistency, either one way or the other. Just keep it consistent so the players know what to expect and the players know what they can do and get away with. That's Definitely. All you need. That's all you need for a game, a bit of consistency.
And that's what we want. So now let's see. As Derby come out, let's see, as Thames Valley come back out, we got Johnson, Champion, Freckleton, Williams, and Silla.
So if Derby come with that energy, they could make this interesting.
I think so. I mean, Thames Valley have been playing hard, but you know, some of these players, they're a little bit older. I think, you know, they're back into that 2-3, I think, which I think served them well, and there's a little bit of energy from the bench, so let's see if they pick it up. Swung round for Champion for a long 3, rimmed out, and that was a good shot. And now let's see if Derby can get something down this side. And Conway tried to drive in, throws it up, no good. And he looked like he got hurt on that play, but he's backing up into the zone. And the thing with this, you can't play this rah-rah basketball one time down, they make a shot and we stop like that. I want to see what they play the next defense down, okay? As they come down, look for something. I want to see Bowman get going. As it swung round to Smith. Ball over the top to Charlie Brown. Back into Smith, great pass. Conway had to be ready to shoot that.
Great defense at the end, got a nice stop. Rebound by Lewis Champion off the blade. Freckleton with an easy 2.
Now Derby on the last play down were doing great movement of the ball, but to no ends, and they ended up with a step back 3. So you can't just swing the ball. We want movement, but we need to have some kind of creation, cutting in, get some movement, good picks off the ball. As it stands, it's tough shots going up. I'd like to see Blake shoot that. Back into Conway's hands, trying to create, out to Charlie Brown, long 3, no good. Good rebound in there by Stanley to get a second chance. Smith pulls up, rims out. There's a loose ball.
So, Mr. Gottfried, from my perspective, you can play open basketball, but you can't live on open basketball, especially if you're not getting too much of that out of it, and especially if you're not getting quality shots. You've got to have some structure to what you're doing.
As Williams bangs down from the same spot again. No, you're totally right. I mean, we like to move the ball, but there has to be a purpose to it, and the ball's moving, but the players aren't. And I also see the screens for Derby, they're not concise, and they end up with contested shots every time, and this could turn into a 30-point game in a heartbeat if they don't figure this one out. Oh, that could be ugly. Call a timeout. Call a timeout.
So we saw a little bit of energy from Derby, but not enough. Especially the energy just dropped, and it's only 2.5 minutes into the game so far, and that was a lethal blow. They got 67 now, I think. Yep, 67 points. It's a 26-point game already.
Well, the thing is, on the Derby side, I think Coach Shaw's been telling them, listen, we need to get more ball moving. The ball's moving, but it's not moving anywhere. And off the ball, there's some screens being set, but they're being half set. People can break through it. Whereas on the Thames Valley side, they move it with purpose, then they break the zone and they open it wide open to get good shots. That's the difference. You can't just be passing to be passing it and then we get a step back contested. So from Derby's side, I would like to see Bowman attacking more off the dribble, and that means they have to have a bit more spacing, get into those gaps. I'd like to see Oberia back in there too. Get some of these younger guys attacking those lanes, making the extra pass or even trying to finish, and it breaks down Thames Valley's defense, because Thames Valley are not getting worked on the defensive end, even with the passing.
Definitely, and there's no leadership at the moment for Derby. They need to improve on that. Somebody needs to take a bit more responsibility on what's going on that team. On the floor, the coach can only do so much. Someone on the floor's got to step up and say, look guys, come on, what we're doing right now, this isn't good enough. We've only lost 1 game this season. They should be pretty upset with themselves.
Okay, now let's see if they listen to us. Okay, they've opened up the offense a little bit more. There you go. That's what I want to see. Attack. Excellent play by Bowman. I want him to be more aggressive now. This guy's got talent. Maybe he can open up some chances for the Derby Storm.
And a lot of passion coming from their coach now, and that was actually a set play, and they've got something positive from it. So hopefully they've learned from that it's successful when you do try to run something.
Great call by Coach Shaw. But this is one of those situations where the help has to come. They left Bowman on his own. Stanley just looked at him coming to the basket. Johnson knows what he's doing. Someone has to come over there and challenge that. Ball move. I want to see attack again. Good. As Brown has it on the outside. Looking for a high pick and roll. Splits it. Oh, he had to shoot that.
Definitely, he had to shoot that one. Had to shoot that one. The clock was running down. There wasn't necessarily anything productive on the inside. It was his shot to take, and he didn't. And he's getting pulled from the game for it, so the coach recognised the same.
We'll go back to the live chat a little bit. We've got Barry Brown coming in saying Freckleton Nan said good start, boys. We got Nans tuning in. Everyone tunes into the Nigel Cash showing a little bit of support out here. Good shout.
So we've got Freckleton on 15 points. We've got Tyler Johnson on 24 points and Smith on 15 points for Derby.
It's quite a lethargic scream of defense coming from the bench. And Kai Williams, once again, that was a good shot because he's knocked down 2. I'd have taken it, but now they need to, as Godemi checks in, that's looking for some instant offense. But once again, all of these shots are forced up, contested shots. They're not getting anything easy out here. Here we go, now they push the ball once again. Okay, so they put a little bit of pressure up the floor and they got a turnover. I think you have to gamble that. I don't know what you're waiting. You can't wait for the 26-point shot. That ain't coming. We need to start switching this up a little bit more. Iberia back in. I like what he does. I think Ugo is back into the game.
Tough pass on the
by
inside.
Smith. Smith not really getting the bounce of that. He's getting some good shots up there, but they're just rimming out. Freckleton tried to do one of his trademark daggers to try and put the game out, but he came up a little bit short as Gademi brings it down. We know he's willing to shoot. Ugo swinging back to Gademi. Stanley gets a little pick. He pulls up, short. They look like they're running out of ideas now, Jules.
They are. I mean, and they're going to start to get a bit discouraged if this thing balloons to 30 points, which is going to be pretty soon.
That's why I like Freckleton. He just takes his time and finds the right play. Tyler Johnson now getting catches inside for layups. You know, you can't give him that. But great play by Thames Valley. I like the way they've come out today. They've done a very professional job as they keep playing great pass. They need a little bit more of that. When the guy drives, let's move off the ball. I notice when the Derby guys drive, everyone's static. But people have to adjust, find openings, get little dump offs there for a great dunk. Gone quiet on the bench again as Champion. Look to figure something out. Kai Williams, extra pass. Is Freckleton going to dagger it again? No.
So they dodged a couple bullets on that. Leaving Freckleton that wide open is a recipe for disaster.
As Iberia trying to drive, draws a foul. You know, they're getting out on the run, and you have to get something going on the run out here. You have to push the ball a little bit more because we can't be just being half-court matchups, giving open shots to these players, because sooner or later they're going to knock them down. I think new man checking in now. We got Jay Chilver.
Give me 3 rebounders.
Coach Banks ain't taking anything for granted. He said, let's get another rebounder in there. I ain't trying to give up no points. Easily out here. And Derby keeps some up-court pressure out there. Okay, Chilver's added a bit of life to it as, ooh, yeah, Silla got hit.
So a little bit more animated on the defensive end, trying to, you know, do something about, just make a change, you know, this about adapting, and I think they need to come up with another plan.
But the thing is, with the zone, there's noise being made, but they're backing off the ball. The ball can swing any way it wants to, you know. Especially when I play, sometimes we play a zone. You have to stop the ball rotating from one side to the other. You have to do something, at least fake the lane, do something. Just standing back, we can shout all day. That ball swings a few times and penetrates. You can have a wide open 3. So it's good sound of effort, but you have to do something to disrupt and make Thames Valley a little bit more uncomfortable on the ball. Because right now, they seem as comfortable as ever. As Silla gets back on the scoreboard with a nice little 2. Ugo brings it down, looking over to Chilver. Iberia with the ball on the wing. Gademi looking to drive, loses it. Champion, he has to get it out of his hands, and they got numbers. To Freckleton, well, let's see the play. Over to Kai Williams, they've got too many guys who just take their time, get the right shot.
And we've got Silla padding his stats. He missed a short floater, gains a rebound and puts it back in for 2.
And that's the thing, Kai Williams is another one. He ain't going to try and do too much, but he's going to make the right decision. He's going to be patient. He's going to make the big play when he needs to. And you've got too many guys that you just can't make mistakes. And once again, I have to go back to what you said. 3 minutes left. It'd be a nice time to bring in a couple of those guys who haven't got any runs so far, get their legs moving, ready for the fourth quarter.
I've got a feeling it's going to be a 5-out sub for the fourth quarter. He's just going to run the 5 guys on the bench.
5 off, 5 on.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. You know, so you're up 5:30. You've got the luxury to do something like that, and you know he hasn't made much of a rotation yet, so it is looking. It looks quite. That's like the plan for the day. You see.
Hey, let me tell you, Coach Banks don't show mercy. I'm gonna tell you that. I've played with him before. He ain't trying to let these guys come out here without a message. So I don't know about the 5 in, 5 out business. He's trying to make this one over with, 100%. As Johnson battling for his own rebound.
So got in a nice float, a little bit long on the shot, got his offensive rebound though, and it looks like a kick ball, so the ball go back to Derby. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. We've got a 27-point game. Let's see how this pans out.
New guy checking in, number 1, T. Riley. He's into the game, and I'm not sure, but I know the Trailblazers have a great academy up there, so maybe some academy players are out here getting some run, and that'll be good to see. As it gets to Malcolm Smith, fade away, just short, champion with it, looking at the play. Swinging it to Johnson. Over to Williams, looking for a lead. Oh, 3-second call. I don't know about that. Once again, great patience. Went inside, but they called 3 seconds. He was there. I'll give him 2.5 seconds, so I'll let the ref off on that one.
Okay, Toller's checking in for Kai Williams. Kai Williams goes to the bench with 7 points, 3 rebounds, an assist.
As Derby come down looking to run some type of play straight off, trying to find Malcolm Smith inside. We'll go looking for the long 3. Great tip in there by Oberia, keeping it alive. Back to Smith. Swings it back out. Back into Ugo's hand as he looked to drive. Foul on him. Nice play there by Oberia, just getting in there on the offensive rebound, getting a tip, trying to keep it alive.
I think you noticed him from the first half, very active, very live-bodied, live wire, getting an additional opportunity for Derby.
I mean, this is a top of the table clash. You know, you have to come out here and throw the dice out a little bit. You know, you ain't going to try and just walk your way into a win. As we see Aqua Davis just getting ready on the bench. Come back in. I like that addition. You know, you keep it because he's hungry. He's going to keep the energy high. Chiva, good look at her drive. Ball loose. Pehetro with the rebound and Johnson coming out. With a nice, Jesus, boy, smooth.
Nice Euro step into the float, to the lane. That was real smooth.
And you know, it's also hard. I know from a standpoint, you always want to get your guys on the bench, but at the same time, as a coach, it's nice to have your star players' confidence high. They come out with their nice little 35-point game. They feel good for the next one. So it's a balancing act. As we're giving a shout out to the upstream team out there,
working tirelessly, keeping the floors nice and shiny and clean.
You know, shout out to the unsung heroes around here. They're checking the temperature when you're coming in. They're cleaning the floor. They're doing the stats. A little bit of everything. That's what we do here on the UpStreamedia team. Everyone supports everyone else. Shout out to that. You know what I mean? It's a cooperative. There were some technical problems earlier. It doesn't even seem like that happened. Why? Because in the background, smooth operations going on. Shout out to UpStreamedia once again. #1 streaming platform. And I'd like to give a shout out to Tyler Charles once again, who's at back of the house doing a little bit of computer work back there, keeping this stream online. You know what I mean? Remote working, love it.
Medium range from Malcolm Smith, overshot it. He's missed a couple of those now. I'm sure the team in a whole is starting to feel a bit frustrated in terms of their performance today. There was a bit of energy from the bench, and now it's gone very quiet very quickly.
They're thinking about going up the M1 now. They're like, man, that drive is long. But Josh Smith checking in, who, to be honest, played good game against Nottingham the other day, and in his last game he went in there 2 for 2, 1 for 1 from the 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Nice 6 points, didn't miss a shot. So another guard into the rotation who's showing a lot of promise. Okay, the towel guy's slowing down a little bit now. Obviously the second half is not as smooth. Someone could get some type of stick thing where you could, but you know, the budgets and whatnot. England basketball ain't getting as much of the Sport England funding as they should be. I swear there's some budget for COVID cleaning supplies. Can we get a brush, or can the live chat people put together to get a little brush so the back doesn't hurt on the guy with the towel?
Can we get a GoFundMe for the brush?
Yeah. As minute 20 left, and I don't see much of a comeback going on here, but stranger things have happened.
Conway's been very quiet today, considering his pedigree and averaging 20 points per game.
Wilson looking down to Hehetro. Bouncing off his foot. Unlucky. They were looking for a little bit of a high-low in there with Silla, but Bowman played him well on defense. So 77 to 48. Don't know what other games are going on around the league today. Maybe we'll check that out. Find out what's going on. As Bowman comes down looking to attack. Great step in there by Josh Smith to draw the foul. And it's obvious today that Bowman's been highlighted as a danger player, because anytime he drives, they're collapsing in. Now, I think Derby could pay some attention to that and do the same on the other end for Johnson, but they're not. And so it's been a pretty tough night so far, but as I said, it's all a learning process and it's good experience. And as I said, stay with it, keep attacking.
So Nigel Cash on the live stream said they've got quite a number of academy players. Theo Riley, Killian, Dom, they're all current academy players in, so they're stepping up to the big boys, and it's good to see.
Thank you, yo. Nigel Cash, great shout out there to give some information to the team. Our research budget isn't that big, so we need people like you to give more shout out, tell us a little bit more about the academy, and hopefully we'll see some of those guys. I think Theo Riley's been in. We'd like to see Killian Boosfield and Dom Prosper. See some of these academy guys come out, get some great experience against the Thames Valley team.
I think, like you said, now's the time to get those guys a bit of run. Derby don't have enough firepower to get themselves back into this game, so it would be a good time to get these guys a bit more experience.
Great defense by Josh Smith. I have to give Josh Smith, he's come in and he really challenged who is Derby's top scorer. Went up with him, didn't give an inch. Two great defensive plays by Josh Smith, just checking in the game. And that's what you have to do. Come in there, make your presence felt. And now let's see him. Oh, that's a foul.
Referee, they called that earlier, quite it's the same call as called earlier as a foul. Now it's out of bounds. I'm not sure what happened there. It's strange.
And I think there's frustration on Conway's side, because you're talking about a push-up. I don't think so. And if I was Smith, I'll take it at him again, because you can draw another foul here. They can see, they knew they got the wrong call there.
Frustration's building up at this point.
Definitely. And I like the control. Smith's come in already, made his presence felt, and that's what you have to do. How's that GoFundMe page going? The brush guy's struggling right now.
Help me, please.
Okay, let's go. Let's get back into him. Johnson's looking to get it. Watch him return. In for, oh, Aqua Davis, that's going up. That was a push-off. Good call, ref. We saw that. That was a bit too blatant.
Question being, where's this kind of effort and energy been the rest of the game? You know, got a couple stops, so Zach quickly picking up full court, a lot of ball pressure, full court picking up. You know, these are the things that, you know, if you've got the energy, you've got a deep roster too. You should be looking at doing something against this, and this top of the table clash.
Definitely. Here we go. Bowman drive, looking for it, no good. Good rebound by Smith, and he got it back. And I think Stanley took a little bit of a hit on that one. But a 27-point game. Now our cameraman's going down to shoot. Okay, well, I'll get a drink. Okay, I don't know what the labor laws are, but we might be firing our cameraman. But anyway, we're back to live action. 77-50. Hate to say it, but I have to call this game. So this is where I think if I'm a coach here, in the fourth quarter, even if you want to start up, let's get some of those younger guys. Let's get some of those academy guys in there. Let's get that energy up, because they're really going to want the energy. They're really going to want it. And once again, shout out down there. Great job, by the way. There's a spot there, just in the corner, in case you missed it. So anyway, I think they need to get some of those academy guys in, and let's just pick up the energy. And I'm sure Coach Banks, when he sees that, he'll put some of his guys in, and then it's going to be another matchup. There'll be more of a learning experience, because at the moment, I cannot really see how 27 points are going to be brought back.
And only 9 points in that third quarter for Derby, so it's been a really low scoring game for them. And Thames Valley scored 20 points, so 11 points ahead to extend their lead to 27 as we begin the fourth quarter.
And bear in mind, the first quarter they got 24, so they've scored 26 in the last two. We're trying to think, where was the scoring come from? And there's no respite out here for the Derby guys, because now Bowman matched up by Davis, and he's out here trying to play it as he looked to swing it round to Malcolm Smith. Swung over to Conway, jacks it up, no good. Freckleton on the run. Let's see the decision making. Taking his time. Watch the dumping. Oh.
Conway trying to take a bit of leadership there. He knows that the team's only scored those 9 points in that third quarter. He knows he's the leading scorer in the team, and he's got to lead the way for them. So I can see him why he's being more aggressive at this point.
But it's also difficult, because I haven't seen him today have many shots in his flow. All of them have to be forced. He has to try and create it on his own. And he's looking a little bit tired, because he's been working hard out here, but he's just not getting the same types of looks as Taylor Johnson's getting on the other end.
That is almost the theme of this team in terms of creating stuff by themselves in their open offense. Not many. When he ran a set, they got an open score. We haven't seen any more structured sets since. So it is a case of getting it done on your own, pretty much off a ball screen maybe, but very little creativity. Again, that was a one-on-one play. Just drove to the basket, created his own shot and scored.
Great pass by Freckleton. As he complains to the ref that there's a little bit too much physicality going on. But once again, he controls the middle, gets in there, nice little dump down.
That takes him to 17 points, along with 6 rebounds and 5 assists. So that's a nice stat line.
Yeah, and I see a nice little dance move there. We couldn't get the brush, so we're just going to moonwalk the sweat off the floor. Great work. They can't get a young guy to do that. I mean, what's going on in this? I see two sitting idle over there, chilling. Everyone has to step in and do their part, but great work there, great hustle. Keeping everyone safe.
We're going to check on that GoFundMe page in a minute to see how it's stacking up.
We're now at minus £4, so we owe money. Okay, now they're running. It's very slow on the moves. As Conway looking to shoot a fadeaway.
So another one of your guys, Mo's checked in. Mo
checked
in. So you already know what time it is.
There we go. We're going to energize it now. My guy's back in now. Mo Aiden checked in the game. I want to see a little bit of energy coming through the ranks. But then Josh Smith checked out. I'd like to see the both of them out there, you know. I'd like to see, like you said, 5 out, 5 in, 5 out. Let's get a new breed. Let's run this up and down. Because it's still good experience against Derby's first team. You know, you can't do this in practice. So let's see. Hopefully Mo gets a nice little easy bucket to start with. Get him off on a nice roll. That's Silla thinking,
So set play to get it into Silla. Came up a little bit short on the jump hook. Great pass on the inside. Nice take.
Over.
Stanley draws the contact, will head to the line. Very quick, sharp inside pass to him.
But that's the thing, Thames Valley are really protecting the middle. And when these players, I see Bowman has a lot at the top trying to create, they're 3 men facing them. They're not letting any penetration happen. That's where the ball has to move quickly, and you catch it, you go. You don't have time to set up because these guys are coming in converging, and they really haven't helped them break it down. Nice pass there to get it into Stanley for an opportunity, but they need to capitalize at the line as well.
Do you think Tyler Johnson's done for the day?
Man, I think the ice packs are out and he's chilling. I can't see any reason to bring him back in today. I know Kai Williams is done. He's a veteran. He said, listen, check me out. I don't need to get my stat line up. You know, Taylor Johnson's had a great game. I think he can rest it out today. But you never know. Okay, I think we see Darnell Williams coming off the bench. Swung back to Freckleton. I'd like to see them let's leave Hectro, Davis and Mo Aiden out there. Throw in Josh and Darnell as well. That'll be and then we will check out. What am I talking about like I'm the coach? Just commentate and keep your mouth shut.
Jake knocks down the free for Derby.
Nice move there. Just rim short. We're getting a little bit into scrimmage basketball now. 1st to 5. Freckleton with the steal. Uh-oh, here we go. That's what we need. Nice little easy one for my man Mo Aiden. Get him started.
So he had a dead ball. He picked up the ball. He had no movement, nowhere to pass to. Unbelievable.
This is where time to get some of these academy guys on. You know, no matter what, they may make mistakes out here, but they're getting the experience. I think the rest of the guys are sort of a little bit lost the momentum now. As Bowman with a nice drive, hangs, double pump. A lot of tough shots are coming off for him.
Tough defense from the Thames Valley standpoint. You know, they're converging, as you said. You know, the help side defense is there, making all these shots difficult, and it's added to the Derby's frustration for the day. It's been a long day for them, and it's going to be a long ride up the end.
And as they've never done anything to establish themselves from 3-point. They made a couple in the first quarter, and since then, I can only think of maybe 1 or 2. And therefore, Thames Valley are taking a step back, and so now you can't penetrate. You haven't established any perimeter game. The inside not open for you. It's been a tough day for the Storm. We've only got 4 points this quarter as well. I mean, for the Trailblazers. I said the Storm. Shout out to an old Derby team as Aiden gets a nice floater. There you go. There you go. Mo Aiden back in the building.
That's what happens when you get a nice easy basket to start you off. You know, you're in a good rhythm, and then loads of confidence, and it's...
Okay, Jules, they listening to us. So Killian Boothfield in, academy player, getting a few minutes out there. My man Oberius coming back in too. Bowman looks a little bit dejected going to the bench. He knows he could have played better, but he kept playing hard. You know, great talent to watch for the future there.
Definitely, as you said, great talent. We know he's capable of a little bit more. He hasn't had the greatest game, but he's put in 100% effort today, so well done to him. And good luck to him in his future games. And his career overseas at college.
So yeah, we're going back to the live chat because the game's sort of taken another road. So we got Karen Bridges coming, wrap a towel around the brush head of a broom. I know, we've got the GoFundMe for the broom. We don't have the broom. That's what we're looking for. So, you know what I mean? Shout out for that. Big respect. So yeah, that's it. Look, Mike Iverson checking in. Game not even close. TVC is clearly the second best team in D1. Oh, shots are fired there.
Shots
I think
fired.
Mike Iverson may be a Kestrel's guy. You know what I mean? But it shows. And as I said, Derby beat Thames Valley in the last game. And I think they're really, you know, Coach Banks probably is trying to make a point here too. A little bit of a statement game. Okay, here we go. Number 9, Dominic Prosper's in. Here we go. The youngsters are coming in now. Let's see what they can do out there. Let's pop their collar a little bit. There we go. As I said, Killian doing a nice post up, setting a good screen, looking to swing round it. Let's see Prosper, he's out there. Nice drive there, but it just came up a little bit short. As Freckleton still out there controlling the play. I think it's time to give him a break. He's had a great game. Let's leave Aqua Davis out there.
He definitely has. I mean, he's played fantastic all day. He hasn't done too much. He's made the right plays. He's knocked down the open shots as well.
Good play there by Oberia. 3-point shot. I've liked him today. I've liked what he's come. I liked his effort. I like what he's done all around. As they say, another shout out by Nigel Cash, who should be working for our research department because he's doing a lot here. He says Charlie Brown, Josh Goodemi, Blake Bowman, Ollie Stanley, Jake Chilver all came through the Derby youth system too. So this is a very homegrown team with about 8 to 9 players on the team that all came through the system. So that's a good shout out, and they've been doing really well this year in the league. They just, you know, it's just a step a bit too far today against what is perennially one of the top teams in D1.
Definitely, and I mean, any team that is 7-1 in Division 1 with the type of programs that you have, and you know, these players as well, and to be 7-1 with their youth players, it's a credit to their program.
Yeah, and Dominic Prosper out here now, another young academy player. Oh, looking to get some minutes, and you know, one thing, he's being guarded by Mo Aiden, so you know he's going to get the real deal. He's not someone who's shutting it down for the day. He's going to get good competitive testing out here, so it's a great experience for him. Let's see if he can give a little bit back on the defensive end.
So Coach Banks ain't letting up. Tyler Johnson's just checked back in
Come
with his
on.
30 points over, 2.5 quarters. Absolutely destroying Derby so far this game.
That's it. I think he wants to leave. He always has to leave one of the hot guns out there. Aiden gets it nice, crossing to the top. Johnson coming off. Pump fake, nice little pull up. Beautiful shot. Just short. Still battling for the rebound too. He's so controlled, so balanced in everything he does. Trying to get 40 tonight probably. And Ugo comes down, looking for an opportunity. Nothing, has to swing it back up. Looking to swing it around. Gademi, long shot, got it.
Nice. He started off hot and then he went quite quiet throughout the rest of the game. We thought he was going to come in and make the difference for them.
We did. I mean, he's willing to shoot it. At least he's giving it a go. But Darnell just short. Well, long, sorry. Over here, Dominic Prosper, nice little academy guy, nice drive, just bounced off. Oh, unlucky. I like the aggressiveness, but I think once he got round the corner, he just second-guessed himself a little bit. But that's the kind of thing you get. His experience out here, and I like the aggressiveness of the move.
100%. It's all about being aggressive at this point and just showing and proving.
Josh Smith checking back in. And they're looking to keep the structure of their offense going. It has not descended. They've kept motion. Let's see here, Moaden looking to create something. Down to Williams. Oh, that was a little bit of a flop there.
Definitely a tough one, tough call for them on that bit. But you know, he sold it. Referee bought it, so
he sold it well.
You know, well played to him. Fair play.
I think we need to get the. I think the towel guy's on strike because he didn't get the brush, so we'll leave that swept for now. Keep playing. 3 minutes 20 left. Ugo comes off the top, looking for something. Swings out Gademi. You know that's going up. Just short. Johnson with another rebound, looking to push it. Open down the middle. Swings it over Moaden. Nice pump fake. Oh, shoot that. I'd have liked to see Mo shoot that one, but he was being unselfish. Made the extra pass. I think the guys from the bench are also complaining about it. I see Freckleton just motioning to him. Put that up. That's nice to see. As Riley checking in now, so now we have 3 academy players on the floor and ex-academy player too. That's great to see. Some young talent. Let's hope they get. Ooh! And see, this is why I'll be checking out Johnson. I just saw he just came down, but he managed to balance the fall. But you're not going to earn anything out here now. You know, let's get someone else a little bit of burn.
Yeah,
I know.
100%. Yeah, it is time for him. You know, he's done his job. Game is over. You know, let's get some of the young guys a few more minutes at this point.
And I think this is the thing so dangerous about Thames Valley. I mean, we've had today's game. Silla, 8 points. Hawley's not even here. Yet they beat another team who's top of the league by, you know, at least 20. It's Prosper bringing it down. Like the aggressiveness. And they were lining up. You can get arrested for that in some places. But he took it up strong, and he's earning a point at the line. Nice play there by the youngster. A little bit shaken up, but he went up strong, earned the foul. Good play.
So shout out to Emma on the live chat. We got a tournament going on this summer called Ball Out, or hopefully COVID dependent. We'd love to see Mr. Bowman down there representing. It's going to be all over. It's going to be a national tour, so we're likely to be close to you. So give him a shout. Make sure he comes through and represent. It's going to be the biggest 3x3 tournament. It'll be good to see him down there.
That's true, Jules. We haven't done our shout out to the Ball Out corner yet. This live chat.
Or your academy though.
We'll pump the brakes on that for the minute until we know what's going on with COVID. But let me tell you something. This summer, we're trying to get as much game as we can. What's allowed. So, you know that Ball Out 3-on-3, it's a need for us. You know what I mean? Sign me up already. Where do I deposit the £10 deposit?
100%, and it's definitely needed with all the leagues that's been closed, and it's going to be the first competitive basketball we're going to be allowed to play. So. Definitely looking forward to it.
Especially the road show. That's good that you can get round to different places. You know what I mean? Get everybody a chance to play in it. You know what I mean? Definitely sign me up in at least 2 or 3 regions. And you know I'm coming for my free Nando's too.
Exactly. Last year we gave guys free Nando's. Showed up, rocked up, played. Free Nando's food, free t-shirt. Can't complain.
Down a bit more respectable, 22-point game. Thames Valley just trying to cruise down the end as Ogonko is. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but somebody's going to correct me. It is what it is, but I'll try and get it right. Okay, he made a second one. Nice play. Here's the team I was calling for 8 minutes left. So let's see these guys come out and do a little something. Nice drive. Oh, just stepped on the line. Good pressure over there.
I do like Ashley Ogo for number 3. He's very talented. He's showing a lot of good quick moves, crossovers, spins. Hasn't really shown up on the score sheet, but he is a very talented player.
Definitely, and he's been aggressive all night. You know, he's gone a little bit unsung because he's making good penetration, but it's just finding that next pass. As you said, there's no movement. And Smith with a nice drive through.
Yep, so slapped the backboard, so that should be 2 points. So they've called no basket.
And you have to give him that. I saw that thing rocking and rolling. We need to go to instant replay maybe on that one.
So the refs were on a B-. It might be a C+ right now.
Now let's see Smith going to the line to earn it. And once again, for a young player, he's very controlled. You know, a great point guard for the future. Like what he's done coming in here. Another one, good job by Smith. Someone else who's come up through the Thames Valley system as well. I'd like to see these academy guys get a bit more aggressive. Riley needs to see, look at the defense, still there, great effort. As Riley puts one up, rims out and they go. And that's great to see. Everyone on the Thames Valley bench, the starters all cheering on this team. That shows great team cohesion. Showing everybody they're all part of it. As Smith pulls up, nice. Ooh, he should have got that rimmed out. But robbed a little bit on that one. As you said, your man again, great block there. Now let's see Mo Aiden do some of his magic. Nice pass. Ogonka, oh, dang.
Refs called an offensive foul, fair play. He had good position on that one.
Is it offensive foul if you jump up? I don't know. But I mean, I honestly don't know.
Mo set him up a little bit there because obviously Mo's going at full speed, gives it to the big while he's in full speed, so he's going to be a little bit out of control, so he ran straight into him.
As listen, the pressure ain't stopping, and I like Coach Banks is still there, coaching his guys on. That shows them all something that they're, you know, to give a hell of a lot more energy out there. Nice shot there by Killian, good rebound by Riley.
And as you mentioned before, it's a statement. You know, they're letting the league know if you come into our house, you're going for a battle no matter who you are. And it would be interesting to see. You know, we know Solent's got the 50-0 pedigree, but to see them come into here and try to beat Thames Valley, that would be an interesting game.
But also the Kestrels, I think they lost the Scorchers the other day in the trophy, right? So I think the game may be closer. They think so. We're really looking forward to that game. 16 seconds left. 25-point game. I want to see someone get a shot up here.
This was another of those games. It wasn't really in doubt at all at any point. From, you know, they led from the start to finish. Another successful win and dominant win for Thames Valley.
Another foul there. And that's the thing, it's good to see all the Thames Valley guys still engaged. They're still watching, they're still interested in what these guys are doing out there. Great team unity. Let me see, hopefully, let's get Mo or Josh a shot here. Oh, he looked to try thread the needle. Now, why did the refs keep bringing it back? Okay. I'm not gonna say anything on that one.
I think we switched last game.
We did, yo. We're being too nice. I think it was a feet. So good call, actually. I take back what I was about to say. Swinging in there, looking to swing it round. Out to Williams. Look to split the gap, and who's trying to attack? Here we go. They're pushing it down. Let me see one of these young academy guys get a shot. Shoot it, Dominic. Oh, unlucky. He was online. Yeah, he said, man, I'm out here. I need to get my shots up. So
exactly. Opportunity doesn't come knocking every time, so make the most of it. So that's the end of the game. 90-65, a dominant win for Thames Valley Tigers. So what's Cavaliers? Sorry, not the Tigers. I'm thinking the old school thing.
It's just in a bit of a daze, June, because we haven't been had to do the cutting play-by-play stuff, because this game's been over for about a quarter and a half.
Exactly, a lot of excitement. It was gone from second and a half quarter. I think it was a wrap quite early.
But it's good to see some good basketball, and I like how Thames Valley are moulding lately. They seem to be a lot more deliberate about the shots they're looking for. It's less run and gun. You know, that's the type of, I think they're getting themselves ready for the type of game they need to grind out against the real top teams. You know, shout out to Derby. Came up, they tried, but they were pretty much second best most of the day today. And some guys didn't have probably what they thought would be their best performances. So, you know, it's the only fixture of the year. And they got it, so Thames Valley now, I don't know where that moves them on the table, but they must be up the top there or thereabouts.
So Tyler Johnson leads the way with 30 points on 12 for 19 shooting, 7 for 13 from 2 and 5 for 6 from 3, 83% from 3-point line. That is very impressive shooting from him today. Charles Aqua-Davis had that amazing second quarter with those 10 points that he chipped in, very respectable. And we had Blaine Freckleton that's just doing it all, every part of the game, adding to it as well, 15 points.
Definitely, and I mean, just going quickly to the live chat. You see, we asked for a dual day supply. I was saying the name wrong, but it's Ogonkoya. See, now he's selected. They said it wasn't right in the player card, so it's not my fault. You know, we're getting good shout out there from, I'm not even going to say the name because I'll get it wrong again, but Ogonkoya, we got that right. We're going to keep repping his name. Love that. Thanks for the shout out.
And Malcolm led the way for Derby Blazers with 20 points, respectable 20 points, but he had most of that early, and then he was shut down or didn't play much towards the third and fourth quarters, with 7 rebounds to add to that, but a respectable effort from him.
Pretty much. I mean, everyone on the Derby side had to work so hard for the points. Nothing came really easy. There were no little gimmies. You know, even Malcolm Smith, he got 20, but a lot of those he had to try and create on his own, fadeaways and so on and so forth, in which, you know, you're never going to beat a team like Thames Valley doing that. So, great win again. They keep the run going. And I don't know what the next game is, but, you know, just stay tuned to the UpStreamedia platforms. You get all the detail there. Don't just sign in on game day. You need to keep up to date with the content, the live flow that's going on during the week.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can follow up all the action and everything that's going on with all the live interviews that we'll be doing. So stay tuned, and I think that's about it from us today.
That's it, man. We're checking out. We should have checked out in the third quarter, but we stayed. But we're checking out now. So, yo, be safe out there. We'll catch you. It's been a pleasure again. Obviously, we have to do our shout-outs. Let's do that. Shout out to the camera work, Myazam and Gottfried. Great job there. Shout out to the guys who did the pre-game show. So yeah, rebound, pre-game show, great. You know, me and Jules are wondering when you're going to invite us on, but hey, getting hated on. It is what it is. Obviously, UpStreamedia, great deck up here, great performance, #1 streaming platform here and at the remote site. And big shout out to my co-anchor, Jules Joseph. You know what I'm saying? As I said, check out that ball out, put it in your diary right now. And we out.